Alrighty, and we are jumping in now into, I believe, like the fifth or sixth match of the day. I've lost track, actually. Let me see here. I should know this. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 match of the day here. Still a few left to finish us out. Okay. Alrighty, cool. So we're going to be jumping on here. EDG versus 100 Thieves here. This is actually a very interesting time because I think it may have been the same world. So maybe so EDG has not actually been back to World since about 2018, if my notes are correct. And this whole lineup actually has got a fantastic batch of story behind it. Flandre, a major favorite for a lot of LPL watchers. I know Nelson, I believe over in G2, sees him as probably one of the best, if not the best, top laner out of China, and should be looking to do a lot of work here. He has been a mainstay on this team for several years now, since like spring 2019, and now that there's a lot of success surrounding this guy, he should be able to get a lot of things done. Scout, former protege to Faker over in T1, and now actually looking to show his stuff here, and was working with a lot of Clear Love, Haro as his jungle, until Hihe has arrived now. Viper, one of the best ADCs in the world here, part of that legendary Griffith line with Chovy and Tarzan, and really looking to try to claim himself here, claim at least a, trying to get a Worlds title here. And EDGs actually look like to be a favorite for Worlds contention. It's a lot of people's pick right now, especially after beating FPX in the LPL Summer Finals. Mako, though, the veteran of this team here, 23 years old, has been with EDG since 2015, actually, and part of Clear Love's system from back in the day. Clear Love now a sort of a main coach for this team. But over on the other side, 100 Thieves. From NA, you know plenty of this. FBI, a top-tier talent coming from Australia and really blowing the socks off of the competition this past summer split here. 100 Thieves, the first seed out of NA and taking their first trophy from the LCS. And now, with a little bit of travel trouble, I know Closer was a little slow on getting his visa to get on in, so they've not had as much time as everyone else to get their scrim reps in, but I have a lot of confidence for Reaper and Freeze to really help this team make something of this making something of this appearance. It's the first time 100 Thieves has actually gone to Worlds since, I believe, like the first year that 100 Thieves was a part of the League of Legends scene when they first entered the LCS. Alrighty, so bans coming out here. Malphite getting banned out by EDG. I'd expect that actually against Fudge more than against 100 Thieves, but I respect the ban here. Rise coming out as well, keeping Abadalge in his lane, keeping that pretty strong carry out of their hands. The Irelia and Tryndamere getting banned out. I would suspect at this point, actually, that the Tryndamere is much more of what might be what was described by Freeze in sort of an interview session with the talk show this weekend. There's sort of two brackets of scrims going on right now. The upper brackets of at least higher quality teams, you could say, and then this lower bracket of scrim teams that look to include 100 Thieves in them. So I really feel like this Tryndamere ban is coming from a lot of experience in the scrims, and I don't see where the Tryndamere is actually going to get a lot of value in games. It could be easily outdrafted and sort of kited against. It's been very rare that we've seen it really take over games and show itself to be such a monstrous pick. The Aphelios and Lucian going to be banned out. Respect bans Lucian, a super power pick, definitely first pickable at this point in the tournament. The Aphelios is a good respect ban over to FBI, who I think got first pick there in Game 5 of 100 Thieves versus, or Game 3, 100 Thieves versus TL. And he just did such great work on that. Now, Flandre is going to pick up the Lee Sin here for Hihe, allow the man to get some plays in. It's been a fantastic pick and kind of counters away. It gets rid of the Zed talent option. Now, Someday picking up the Yuumi. We saw what Yuumi can do with paired with the right champions. Talon available, but not too likely. I would think Closer would have a lot of fun with those picks, be able to get in there and fight it out. He had the best Viego in North America, and Chain has been kind of nerfed into the ground here, but any of these melee, like kind of assassin-y, like really jump in picks, I think would be really in Closer's wheelhouse and really allow him to get going here. Scott could be able to pick up the LeBlanc. This could be one of the few LeBlancs we've seen played so far in this tournament. I feel like this is maybe a second, third at the most. And EDG playing a very interesting draft game here. They've secured their jungle and 2 solo laners, and they're just going to be looking to try to counter out the bot lane. But like they're giving away the misfortune here. They've got to have something in mind to really counter that, because this is also providing, like, they could ban away. They probably could ban away like the Leona and a Mumu if they're really afraid of it. Draven banned out by 100 Thieves, so making sure Viper can't bring out that pick, because I believe that's something that Viper is not shy of picking up, and it would be a very high damage early lane champion that could really fight misfortune and really contend for agency in the lane here. But no, they're going to get rid of the Twisted Fate, so getting rid of Abidagi's ability to play around the map and really prevent him from influencing the other lanes here. I think Scout's going to want to try to just pin him down and roll out from there. And we really want to be able to see a lot out of 100 Thieves here. This is the first time this team, a lot of these players have really been to Worlds. Closer, I believe, has been here, maybe on a Turkish wildcard team. Abidage has not been to Worlds yet, I believe. FBIS is probably one of his first times. He has been here before, but way back on CLG, so it's a long time coming, and he will be back. So it could be a lot to see here. Just really want to see them pull that out there. The early game should be their strong point to win this one out. And then the Thresh going to be banned as well on the side of 100 Thieves. And the Lissandra, which I feel like we saw like CLG play that back in North America, but it just does not do a lot of work. So very curious pick there. Rumble being hovered. Have not seen that character in a while and would not expect to see it locked in here. And it looks like it's going to be an Aatrox locked in here for someday. Yep, so Aatrox locked in for someday top side. Decent amount of sustain in that kit, and there is a pretty easy counterplay for at least the root, the little chain that can be put on by Aatrox. So I really think it's going to be a very interesting matchup here. I think Flandre should be able to actually win that one out pretty easily. Viper going to pick up the Kai'Sa. So we've only seen Kai'Sa a little bit so far in plans, and Kai'Sa isn't really high prio right now, and I would expect a... maybe it gets post level 6 if Viper can dodge out the ultimate. Oh, and here comes the Kai'Sa Nautilus bot lane combo, which is a pretty powerful combo. Yeah, the hook can come in from Nautilus, but that depth charge can chase that AD carry across the map, and then here comes the Kai'Sa to follow. So this is a really kind of a throwback. Have not really had a lot of positive experiences, and Nautilus has been a pretty like low tier champ so far in the draft priority, and Zoe's gonna be the final pick there for Abidage. Abidage, the kind of one of the kings of Zoe. I believe Niski learned a lot from Abidage for learning that champion. And I can't really say that this Yuumi has any clear picks, and this is actually the first time that Leona is not even showing up at all. Like, this is the first time we've not seen her appear in a draft. No bans on her. And that's very curious. And Amumu, I guess, is just dead, which is good riddance. This is a very interesting, very unique draft here out of these two teams here. That no one's going for the engage, like Nautilus over Leona, which feels a little suspicious. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 100 Thieves here to do us proud here in a first seed. They've got to do their work proud too. This is the first time the org is actually going to be on the international stage here, and this is the first trophy that 100 Thieves have won there at the ALCS, and so there's a lot that they can actually sort of really build on from there. So this actually, I think it's also going to be the first time we're going to see champions versus champions. So LPL champion versus NA champion. Aatrox Yuumi, yeah. I was wondering what... I'm glad I was picked out there by Casual. The Aatrox Yuumi combo could be pretty powerful. The heals and the speeds would really allow Aatrox just to get in on some of these pretty flighty, squishy characters on the side of EDG. They just got to kind of get to that point, and something needs to make sure he doesn't fall too far behind against his lane partner, his lane opponent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Casual highlighting it. Both junglers going to start top side, red and blue, respectively, for Closer and JJ. I want to say it's Hihei. So I'm about to bring up some Yu Yu Hakusho references. And now Mako and Viper, they might be looking actually to scare the situation. Level 1 could be very scary here with so much stun being able to put out on the FBI. They're going to have the wave in between here, but I think they're smelling this one out here a little. Curious, and there we go, and there's going to be the prowling, but there's not going to be much else that can be done here. FBI is going to have to flash away here, and that's just going to be cleanse and ignite out from Mako for just flash exhaust, and the heal for Huhi. So, that's going to be a lot of summoner spells out, a pretty big advantage there for, yeah, for EDG. They're going to have priority over this lane here right now, and they're going to be able to get level 2 pretty early. So this is a little bit of a scary start here for 100 Thieves. Able to survive. Yeah, they've lost the next 5 minutes here. Mako looking for the angle here. It's going to be able to catch on to the misfortune here and just have a free trade of damage. Viper going to miss out on that. And good poke there from FBI with the Make It Rain. And now priority. Yeah, it's going to be priority on like 3 lanes there. I would like to think that Zoe's going to be able to actually get prio in mid lane at some point. But now FBI, yeah, this is actually pretty scary there. They need to stay around these minions to try to actually hold this out here because Mako and Viper are prepared to just fight and brawl this one out here and just keep engaging. The poke is not able to connect there from the prowling. I want to know what the prowling. I want to say prowling claw for that spell. It's going to be out here quite a bit. Let me see here. Items, runes, list of champions. Yumi. Abadagi getting shoved in there. Also getting traded out pretty hard there by Scout. What is it? Prowling projectile. There we go. It was a P and a P. A little bit of alliteration in the character design. Yeah, very powerful there for EDG. This is where it's going to allow for Hiei to actually get both Scuttle Crabs. This is going to be pretty powerful. Yeah, Close is going to be able to get both, get at least a full clear. But he knows he just cannot contest for these crabs. And this is going to be a horrible setback for 100 Thieves. Like, this kind of like can decide a lot for this game. They're going to have to catch something else out. Try to catch a skirmish, catch a fight, or catch a gank. Small reset there from 100 Thieves here. Jungler, AD carrying, bot going back, and oh, he does not know that Hihei is there. Abadagi about to have some bunch of problem here. Flash is available. Flash is away from the Sonic Wave. Closer gonna be able to come put through. Good spot on the sports, and not much for Closer to do here. Like, he's cleared out all of his jungle. He's waiting for the Gromp to get back up. Good little recall there. Has not lost any CS by FBI, so wouldn't call it a cheater recall, just well timed. And now Flandre going to be able to get a lot of damage onto this turret. And that's sort of the counterplay there. Quick draw to just get away from the chains. Prime projectile. Gonna get a little bit of damage there on the Meko. Do appreciate that. He's got a few refillable potions available. But we're gonna need. We really want to see like a gank out of this Jarvan because it had mentions for being quite powerful, but it hasn't really shown much of anything from plans, and I have yet to see anything now in this game here. 5.5 minutes in. Level 4 is for the bot side here, but level 5, level 6 is on the way for the solo lanes. Good poke there onto Viper and company. The Yumi Misfortune lane is pretty powerful there. Make It Rain, making it very easy for the Prowling Projectile to connect. And level 6 is mid lane here. Scout is going to have a lot of damage he can put out here. He ain't gonna grab this ward, but still has that ward over on the chickens. Flandre gonna throw this one over for the red buff as it is not far from spawning. And Abadage having to back off there. Good communication. Somebody letting him know that the Graves has left the lane. Yep. So a lot of good tracking, and this is gonna, yeah. Keijo pointing out the tracking with the wards, the ward that Flandre just put down there, and so they still have full knowledge of Closer. Basically, they know where he is at all times, and that just means that they know how to. They're gonna be able to adjust their playstyle, adjust even just where they're putting, where they're allowing their wave management to go. Mako and Scout could be looking for something here, but Abadage is gonna think better of it. The Kai'Sa is on his way up. Yeah, there. You go. He spots out Mako. He knows what's up. He knows what's available. Who are we gonna go out? Probably put a ward out here. Oh, and now, nope, no shield there for Abadage. Oh no, here comes the engage option. Yumi's arrived. Trying to get the Prowling Projectile to connect on something. Doesn't get anything. Good little double up damage there. It's where they needed to get, like, the best way to hunt for Thieves to really win this bot is going to be from a lot of poke, from the double up, from the Prowling Projectile. We need to see something out of Closer here soon here. About to have level 6, beginning, let's say, a second or third full clear, I would say. Good. Oh, very good damage there. Oh, Mako, you're almost dead here. He's got to flash away or get the hook to get a little bit of distance, but FBI very well of the kill range for this combo. And now here comes the push on to getting this first turret here. And I got to give it to FBI and Huya. They have not allowed for Viper and company to actually get a turret kill, but huge damage now. FBI, Huhi in control of this lane now. Very good way to bridge the first 8.5 minutes of the game here at EDG with that level 1. But now the Misfortune and the Yuumi are going to be able to take over this bot lane. And it's only really going to get worse from here. It's going to have to be a major all-in attempt, and like every summoner just spent to really like prevent, or at least to win the bot lane fight. If it's a fair 2v2. And I would not expect either team to permit that to occur. Top lane not too far ahead. 20 CS right now. 10 CS for the Lee Sin. And here comes the... Oh, here comes the collapse for the Rift Herald. Mako's made his way up. Flandre's dropped down. And I think 100 Thieves are just like letting this one go. Closer's leaving his base now. They're way behind the play if they even wanted to be prioritizing this first Herald. I think they're actually going to look for a catch. So there's a decent play that could pull out here. What we've seen actually when it's both ADCs left bot side, the Kai'Sa reserves a lot of kill pressure early. Either ADC, whoever's feeling more bold, will really take the advantage to try to win a 1v1. But I think because the Yumi's there would even give away or prevent that from happening. Mako has returned bot side and helping Viper to clear out the Krugs. So they're trading Krugs to allow Hiei to actually go top side here to put pressure onto Someday and also probably even kill off this turret. So now 3 bots side here. Closer might want to stick around for this and really help get this turret down and get some of this turret plate money onto FPI, Huhi and himself, because the Herald's gonna be dropped top side. This turret's gonna go down here immediately, and they need to figure out what they want to do here. Like level 6 for Closer, they can actually collapse on this, but the wave is too far away. Prowling Projectile coming out here, so they're just gonna do some simple zoning charge. Closer gonna go on. He's gonna be able to get the damage down. He's gonna be able to flash away here, but Viper with the Relentless Pursuit's gonna be able to get it. Huhi cannot get back onto him to heal him, and that's a 1-for-1 trader. The kill going onto Yuumi is acceptable, but not the best. And the kill also goes over to Viper. And you don't want this Kai'Sa to be able to go in and just blow up any of the squishies that she has plasma on. Oh, here comes the bullet time here out from FBI. He's got his flash available. He could jump in on the man, but he's just going to be able to just secure the gold and just call it even here. They're going to spend their time. I'd say they're going to be able to get this turret down, but I don't think they're going to be able to. They have 3 turret shots left. They're just not going to be able to get it. Yeah, they get the turret plates. You're going to be able to get that final turret plate down probably within the next wave or so. This engage from closer, I think it's just their decision to overreach onto this. Gets a good amount of damage onto Mako. He's not able to get much more defense. Flash comes out, and he's just too far away from who he'd actually get on him and try to give him the zoomies. So a little bit of probably a misplay there, just mistiming of abilities. Mako doing a really good job freezing the wave there. That's top tier support work. Oh, and here's the collapse onto Abbedagge. He's going to break the chain. He's going to come right back into it. He's going to get blown up there. Scout able to get the full combo. The knockup from closer is going to be great, but it's just too late. Too little, too late. Someday left top side, able to try to, collect CS, but that's going to be a kill onto Scout, and now that's Scout and Viper with two kills. That's going to be pretty scary, and you don't want Viper getting ahead on this Kaisa, because the assassination potential between him or even Scout will be massive. And there's not going to be there's going to be too much tankiness on the side of 100 Thieves. The target to be pretty simple. Oh, and the flash. That was just so disgusting there by Hiei. Q's the creep, ward jumps, flashes behind, knocks him in, and just Mako just locks him up. That was actually disgusting there by JJ. So I think what I really want to, if we're going to see any sort of comeback here, closer needs to get ahead of these plays right now. JJ making a fantastic play bot side there. Closer nowhere to be found. The collapse onto Abbedagge, not smelt out, not figured out. Closer only a camp away just over the wall, but not able to really do anything to help Abbedagge survive that. And Abbedagge's just been locked down here in mid lane. This game feels 100 Thieves feel very subdued by how EDG's playing this, and the bot side is the only place that's really fighting this one out here quite well here. And here comes the final turret. And a little bit too much poke. Prowling projectile, going to get some good damage onto Mako. And yeah, there's the ward spot. So closer trying to find an opportunity, and the vision game just really hurting them. And they've got 30 seconds to try to get this turret down and get that nice big influx of gold here onto FBI. I really feel like him actually going for... Oh, there we go. Just time. Okay. About to say, a little bit of poke there on a Viper could have cost you a couple hundred gold, really. But they secure it. Mako and JJ. Alrighty, they're going to walk away from it. I'm just getting a little scared for closer there. Chain doesn't go out. Second chain doesn't go out here, but JJ's going to get the kickoff. Someday has arrived as well. He's trying to actually get the interrupt here. It's going to get one, but Abbedagge just gets caught out here. And now here comes the rest here. Oh, here comes the bullet time, but it's not going to catch anything. The Lost Chapter is going to catch Mako. So that is still a 1-for-1 trade here, but I think it's going to be a little bit too much here. 2 dead on the side of 100 Thieves here. Someday with the ultimate out, but they're going to have to run away here. Prowling projectile going to hit onto Scout. But EDG, basically win that little skirmish there, not able to get that into a full fight. The bullet time looked like it was coming at a opportune moment, but no one was able to really get stuck inside of it and get the full channel off. And it's an assist for FBI, but there's more that you want out of that bullet time. There's more that you want out of this misfortune. The lane priority has been acquired, the lane power has been required, but these team fights, this is where misfortune level 6 and on is supposed to own these team fights and really just morph the way the game needs to be played. Yeah, good little jump back and forth with the teleport from Abbedagge, but it's 3 collapsing on him. Mako's going to catch out someday. They're not going to be able to do too much with this. The Lost Chapter comes in to lock up Mako, and that's where they actually choose to keep their focus. But then Closer just kind of over commits there, I think, with the flag and drag when they didn't really need to do that. So that feels like a misplay just from Closer. Just the Mako was dead. There was no need to really continue that fight. Flag and drag out and take the kill win. So it's just unfortunate sequence of events there for 100 Thieves. 2,000 gold lead for the side of EDG right now. This feels like a much more regular game pace. Second Herald going to be secured by EDG here quite early. And now we've actually had a adjustment in lane priority. Scott's going top side, Abbedagge bot side, which put Philandre and someday against their enemy mid laners. So 1-3-1 kind of being played out by either team, and it's kind of probably EDG making this decision, considering they're in control of the game. And there's not too much for 100 Thieves to try to do here. Flandre staying super safe way in the back. It's just going to catch and receive these ways, pushed in by Abadage. Meanwhile, JJ, Viper, and company are looking for some trouble here. Going to drop down this hero. They're going to try to kill off this mid lane here. So 4 strong mid. A little farther away, their closer and Abadage sitting over by the Gromp together, and they're going to try to make their way on over, but this could be... There's not too much else to really be done. Bubble going to come out, not going to catch on the Viper or anything. Someday comes over the wall, but there's... Like, 100 Thieves just 5 seconds behind the plays here coming from EDG. Oh, my... Nope. Almost gets the catch on to JJ. Mako going to be trying to make his way out. Closer looking for the catch. You're looking for the catch on the Mako. It's gonna... Oh, Hex Flash over. There's nothing to actually interrupt him. What a ballsy play there by Mako. I love to see that. Flag and drag out from closer. No knockup available. You could put me in a crater, but I'm still gonna flash, bud. So very, very slick, very clever there from Mako. That's big brains. That's good stuff. That's veteran play there right now. Being the Mako, for those that don't follow the LPL, is the shot caller and kind of the main team captain for this team. So that's the kind of cool-headed, like, you know, sharp play you want to see out of your team captain. No sweat for that guy. Oh, Abadage, I think you're in trouble here. Closer has arrived as well, but I don't think there's going to be much else. There's 4 here in this jungle here. Scout available, and now it's going to be this turnaround here. Bubble's going to come out. It's not really going to connect on it. Mako's going to walk around it quite perfectly. Oh, and here comes the bullet time. It's going to actually just melt through Mako, but the flank teleport's going to be coming in here. Here comes Flandre. I think we'll actually really turn on him. He's going to be able to put out an incredible amount of damage. Shilbo going to keep him alive. Scouts. Yeah, Scouts going to be able to do some work. Glad that wasn't a double up. That might have hurt Scout quite a bit. Yeah, much better bullet time there for FBI. Mm-hmm. Nah, he's way too behind the curve of the game. This is really good here. Bubble goes out, tries to create the zone. JJ could have to just jump over here. But Mako, once again, caught in a bad place. Yeah. And there's not much else to be done here. He puts out so much damage with the concussive blasts. Mm-mm. A little bit more of an NA RAM right now. Trying to actually get ready for this. Good little CP Trouble Bubble onto the Graves. But EDG looking scary for 4K gold lead and 3 longswords grabbed up by Viper. He's trying to actually blow up this next fight here. Like that's max out there. No control words for this man. He wants to be able to go in and actually assassinate someone with all the damage he's got out here. Someday trying to get the step up. Prio going to be given over 200 Thieves. But Scout's going to be able to try to get a flank here. I think Someday and company want to actually get this going here. The Yumi's going to be put onto the Aatrox. Last chapter is not going to be able to catch anything. He's put down to 100 to half health. And the bullet time's out from FBI. And they don't get anything for it. That's going to be just a team fight 1 because 100 Thieves just can't catch anything. The bullet time goes wide. And that, yeah, you could see the sort of frustration on FBI's face here. They had a good chance to contend for the Drake there, to force for a fight, and they just out of sync. Can't catch anyone. Oh, Abadage is getting a little bit of trouble here. Scout, oh, he's missing paddle stars here. He needs to hit these. Oh, and that's going to be a secured kill by a Scout here. Oh, what a rough 1v1 there. Now EDG taking over the rest of the space here. All right, let's see how this played out here. Yep, it's QW here. Gets the mimic Q off. Paddle Star misses. I'm just waiting for it. Flash 4 is right onto it, and then just W. So there's almost no time for Abadage to react once he gets back through the portal. So good stuff. Max play there. Abadage hits like one or two of those Paddle Stars, and it goes in his favor. So super close duel there with Scout coming out on top. And now it's getting a little crazier. One level advantage for top, jungle, mid, AD carry. Like Hui's the only one that's actually like leading in the level. So the experience gap is also quite high here for EDG. 5k gold lead, 2 dragons up, 2 turrets up. And FBI and the rest of 100 Thieves grasping for a lot of straws here. Sleep's going to be able to connect on to Lee Sam, but he's still going to be able to hit that cone and get out. Yeah, EDG playing a super disciplined game here. 100 Thieves just going to have to start roaming around as a group of 3 to really try to get anything done here, try to just stay alive. But EDG also they had the agency to actually hold control of the map here. It was just being described there by Cadril how Flanders is going to be able to push the bot lane, send that wave on up, move mid, look for Baron options, look for catches, look for the fights for just 4v5s, and someday has to go catch that wave or otherwise lose out on gold and XP, and then be forced to just teleport into the team fight, which is an option, is a viable option, but it may not be the most optimal play here. Being there at the time always ends up way better off. And it also put them into the summoner spell disadvantage. So otherwise, really sort of rough thing. I'm trying to actually figure out where the late game really sort of favors or ends up here, because the good news for 100 Thieves is that they've got sort of the better sort of tank line. And here comes Closer. He's going in here. He's going to catch on the Mako. They're actually going to lock in Viper, but he's going to jump out with the Killer Instinct outside of the Cataclysm here. And there's trying to get a lot of damage here. FBI has arrived here. Bullet time's already been sent out. The Q's going to connect her. They got to get the kill on the Mako, but that's pretty okay for EDG here. Closer dies as well. So Jungler for support, and that's less than favorable here. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to really get anything done here. And Flandre, meanwhile, doesn't bother to teleport over to save his team, keeps shoving up that bot wave, and he's going to get another turret. So equal share of gold in exchange of gold there with the mutual kills, the 1-for-1, but the turret getting taken down, the global gold being given over, and now that wave can actually just that takes care of an extra step for when they want to go start contesting for the inhibitor turrets here. So once again, trying to pick on Nemeko, they're going to be able to interrupt his move. Viper, very good with the Killer Instinct to get on out, and this bullet time from FBI still doesn't catch anything. Last chapter, really helping zone this one out here, but they keep chasing over. Someday comes through, and if anything, Scout just equalizes it, takes out Closer, and oh, the chain catching onto Huhi, and that is a dead cat. Not sure why you were disconnected from any of your teammates, but Scout is going to put you in the bin. Oh, geez. 3.5 items on Flandre, 299 to 236. That is a 60 gold lead there. That's a 60 CS lead there for Flandre. And he hasn't even gotten any kills yet. Like, Flandre is just actually kind of winning and doing... Flandre is doing a fantastic job, I would say, just doing his part. Staying in his lane, just pushing waves out, and not really keeping it in. They're not really keeping himself safe. He has yet to actually get caught out. Abbedagge get caught out here. This Sonic Wave's going to be able to come in here. And here comes JJ. Abbedagge's gotten blown up here. FBI's going to be kicked out of his ultimate. And now they're sitting in the Cataclysm. Closer trying to, like, close out the problems here. But that's going to be over the... Oh, boy, that's not good. I think the cat's going to die underneath the turret. It's going to heal himself with the zoomies, but... Yeah, quadra kill for JJ. Goodness. That fight's going to lead on over to Baron now. So EDG, Viper, and Flandre 2v1 here. Just going to take out this Baron in no time at all here. Kraken, Phantom Dancer, IE, Shield Bow. So much damage. They're just flying ahead now. 12,000 gold lead here for EDG. 26 minutes into the game. 100 Thieves. Not a lot of answers. Not a lot out of closer in this game, unfortunately. Trying to just punish Mako and really farm him for gold or for options, but EDG's has been very good about going into those fights and at least getting a free trade out while also winning map pressure. And that's sort of the joke here. Like, Cage making a good point that they had losing lanes. The mid lane and the top lane had no priority throughout this game. And that's not what you want, especially if you want to try to be a strong early game team like 100 Thieves were through the LCS playoffs. And the neutralization that went through for the first 8 minutes with that level 1. Oh, here we go. Abbedagge's get caught out here. And just gets sort of blown up here. Viper just flies on in. The kick from JJ to stop that bullet time from coming through was everything. And Viper lives at 1 health. Like, he just flies away from that. I'm not sure why FBI and who he decided to go over the wall with that blast cone. That was a little suspicious here. And now the auto attacks. Yeah. Surprise death. Whole bunch of no chances. Oh, big step forward here. Close is going to go in here, but I don't think they actually want to do that. It's going to get locked up into the Cataclysm here. Someday caught in the middle of it. He's going to be able to get Mako, and the connection. Just not enough. The damage coming out from the 4-item Graves and Viper with 3 items. No chances available there. Someday blown up. Nexus turrets go down. EDG, strong start. Very interesting on the bot side there early on, but 100 Thieves will unfortunately fall, and EDG secure their first win here in the groups at Worlds 2021.